Every morning holds the silent potential to reshape your entire life. Before the world places its demands on you, you have a sacred moment, a moment where your thoughts are still yours. Your energy is unshaken and your focus is unclaimed. This moment, though quiet, holds power. And in that space, the words you speak to yourself matter more than anything the world could ever tell you. The way you begin your day is the way you live your life. One small habit, just 5 sentences whispered to your soul, can become the armor that shields you from doubt, fear, and mediocrity. It's time to make your mornings powerful. It's time to speak life into yourself before anyone else gets the chance to speak doubt. Here are 6 essential key points. Rooted in wisdom, emotion, and truth, each built on one line you must say to yourself every morning. 5 lines that will anchor your day and transform your mindset. I am enough. Such simple words, yet so powerful, they can shatter decades of self-doubt in a single breath. These words are not a dismissal of your dreams, your struggles, or your goals. They are a reminder that beneath every layer of insecurity, behind every comparison you've ever made, lies a truth that was never meant to be forgotten. You were never broken. You were simply convinced that you were. We live in a world that profits from your doubt. From the moment you wake up, you're bombarded with messages that suggest you lack something. Advertisements telling you your skin isn't clear enough, your home isn't stylish enough, your body isn't thin enough. Social media parades endless highlight reels of people seemingly more successful, more beautiful, more fulfilled than you. It's no wonder you've started questioning your worth. But let's be clear, none of that noise speaks the truth of who you are. You are not your bank account. You are not your job title. You are not the number of likes or followers you have. You are not your scars, your heartbreaks, or your missed chances. You are not even your achievements. You are something deeper, something that doesn't need to be earned or proved. You are already enough. Take a moment and breathe that in. Not as a motivational quote, not as something to repeat once and forget, but as a reality to feel in your bones. To think of someone like Oprah Winfrey. Her story isn't powerful just because of the fame and success. It's powerful because of where it started. She wasn't born into comfort or support. She wasn't told she was extraordinary. In fact, for much of her early life, she was told quite the opposite. But something within her whispered, I am more than this pain. I am more than what I've been through. I am enough. And with that quiet defiance, she changed the course of her life. You don't have to be Oprah to embrace your worth. Your life doesn't have to be dramatic for your struggles to matter. Maybe you're a parent who's exhausted but keeps showing up. Maybe you're a student drowning in pressure. Maybe you're healing from a heartbreak, a loss, or years of silent battles. No one sees. You matter. You are enough in the middle of all of it. Right here, right now, affirming your worth does not mean you don't have room to grow. It means you're choosing to build from a solid ground, not from a place of fear or lack. When you believe you are enough, your goals change. You stop chasing validation and start creating from joy. You stop begging for love and begin giving it to yourself. You stop shrinking to fit someone else's idea of value and begin expanding into the fullness of who you are. This is not a finish line. This is a daily practice. Every time you catch yourself comparing, pause. Every time that inner critic starts to speak, interrupt it. Speak over it. Not with arrogance, but with truth. I am enough. Say it until your body believes it. Say it until your choices align with it. Say it until you no longer seek the world's permission to exist boldly and freely. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not too late. You are becoming. And in this very moment, no matter how messy or unfinished it feels, you are already fully and beautifully enough every single day. Life gives us a choice, a simple yet profound one. Will we blame the world for what we face, or will we choose to reclaim our power? Because here's the truth. Blame is easy. It's comfortable. It asks nothing of you but to point a finger and stay where you are. But control. Control is powerful. It demands courage. It requires ownership. It calls you to stand up and say, this is my life and I will shape it. You can't always control what happens to you. You can't choose the family you were born into, the mistakes of others, or the unexpected blows that life sometimes throws your way. But what you can always control, what no one can take from you, is how you respond. That response is where your power lives. That response is the line between staying stuck and rising up. Every morning, you must remind yourself, I am not a victim. Not of my past, not of my environment, and not of my circumstances. You are not the sum of what's happened to you. You are the story you decide to tell from here on. You are the author, not the leftover ink of someone else's pen. You are the driver, not a passenger waiting for the road to change direction. There was once a man, Blake Leeper, who lost both of his legs in a tragic accident. Most would have seen that as the end, but he saw it as the beginning. He chose not to collapse under bitterness. He didn't let anger or despair define him. Instead, he became a Paralympic champion, showing the world that physical limitation means nothing when the mind is set free. That story isn't an exception, it's a reminder. It's a mirror held up to every one of us. Because we all face obstacles. Some we wear on the outside, others we carry deep within. The question isn't, do you have hardship? The question is, what will you do with it? Stop waiting for someone to show up and save you. No one is coming to rescue you. No one is going to hand you confidence, clarity, or freedom. Be your own hero. Get up even when it hurts. Speak your truth even when your voice shakes. Show up for your life, even if no one claps for you. Take a deep breath and realize this. You already have everything inside you that you need to begin again. Control starts with a decision, a single intentional moment where you say, I will not be ruled by fear. I will not be defined by failure. I will not wait for perfect. No matter where you've been, no matter what you've done, no matter how broken things might feel, you can choose today to change the direction of your life. You can forgive yourself. You can let go. You can rise. Because control isn't about pretending everything is fine. It's about facing reality with open eyes and deciding not to be crushed by it. It's about finding your strength not in the absence of pain, but in your response to it. You were not born to live on autopilot. You were born to live wide awake. And waking up means taking back the pen and writing the next page with purpose. You're not too late. You're not too broken. And you're not powerless. Repeat it until you believe it. I'm in control of my life. Not because everything is easy, but because I choose not to give my power away. That choice, made daily, is how you build a life you're proud of. Not someday, but today I have the power to change. Say it slowly, let it settle in your heart, not because it's easy, not because change comes quickly, but because deep down you know the truth. You were never meant to stay stuck. Growth is painful, yes, but so is staying the same. One leads you forward, the other quietly steals your fire. Most people think change happens in a single, dramatic moment, like one bold leap into a brand new life. But that's not how it works. Real change is quieter, it's slower. It's built on small, courageous choices, morning by morning, habit by habit, word by word. You don't wake up transformed. You wake up willing to try again, willing to take the next right step, even when the finish line feels a million miles away. And that's what makes all the difference, not just what you do, but what you believe about what you can do. There's powerful research from Stanford University that shows this. Two people with the same skills, the same knowledge, the same circumstances, but one believes they can grow and the other doesn't. The one who believes, they always outperform, always rise. It's not talent that sets them apart, it's mindset. It's the deep, quiet belief that growth is possible, and that they're capable of change. You don't need to fix everything today. You don't need to rebuild your whole life overnight. That's not how mountains move. Change begins with one thing, one choice. One decision to do something different than you did yesterday. That's all it takes to begin. One push-up, one apology, one page of a book, one honest, difficult conversation, one walk instead of staying in bed, one moment of silence instead of lashing out, one brave act instead of one more excuse. Those small things add up. They matter more than you think. They build momentum. And with every one of those tiny victories, you begin to reshape who you are. You start to see that your life doesn't have to be a loop, that your past doesn't have to be your future. That stuck is not permanent, it's a signal that something inside of you is ready to grow. When you remind yourself that, change is in your hands, something powerful happens. You stop waiting. You stop hoping someone else will show up and make it easier. You stop asking for permission to grow. Because you realize you are the permission. You are the one who decides when enough is enough. When healing starts, when effort begins, and when the story changes, don't underestimate yourself. You've already survived days you thought would break you. You've already made it through storms no one even knows about. And here you are still breathing, still capable, still in the fight. That is proof enough that you have the strength to do the hard work of change. There's no shame in taking it slow. There's no weakness in stumbling along the way. What matters is that you don't give up on the person you're becoming. You are not defined by what's behind you. You are shaped by what you choose today, not tomorrow, not next year. Today. Say it again. I have the power to change. Not when things get easier. Not when someone finally believes in me. Not if I get lucky, but now. Because change doesn't wait for the perfect moment, it waits for the moment you believe you're worth the effort. And you are, you always have been. I will not let fear decide my future. Say those words like you mean them. Because the truth is, fear has been speaking for far too long. And it speaks loud, it doesn't whisper. It shouts, it tells you you're not ready, not smart enough, not talented enough. It convinces you that you're too late, too broken, too far behind to begin now. Fear paints a picture of failure before you've even started. But here's the secret: fear doesn't want you. To know fear only has power if you listen. It only grows if you feed it. Most people never move because they're waiting to not feel afraid. They think courage means the absence of fear. But real courage is doing it scared. It's showing up anyway. It's choosing action while your heart pounds, while your voice shakes, while your knees wobble. Fear is not the problem, it's whether or not you let it make decisions for you. You see, fear has one goal: to keep you safe. But safety and growth don't live in the same neighborhood. What feels safe will often keep you small. It'll keep you from applying, from speaking up, from loving again, from dreaming out loud, from starting the business, writing the book, taking the trip, or telling the truth. Fear will build you a cage and convince you it's home, but you weren't meant for a small life. You weren't born to tiptoe around your potential. There's something in you that wants to be free, that wants to try, to risk, to rise. And every time you ignore that voice and listen to fear instead, you shrink. You settle. You give up a piece of yourself to please the part of you that just wants comfort. There's a reason why stories like J.K. Rowling's resonate. She was rejected 12 times. 12 doors closed in her face. 12 opportunities where fear could have won. She could have let the sting of no define her. She could have walked away, believing the lie that maybe she wasn't good enough, but she didn't. She kept going. Because she understood something powerful. Her future was hers to claim, not fears to control. Imagine if she had stopped after rejection number 1, or number 6, or number 12. The world would have missed something magical, and that's the danger of letting fear decide. You never just lose an opportunity, you lose a part of your future that could have been beautiful. Now ask yourself this: what would my life look like if I stopped feeding fear and started feeding faith? What doors would I knock on? What dreams would I chase? What version of me would rise if I stopped waiting to be unafraid and just started moving? Faith doesn't mean you see the whole path. It means you trust that one step at a time is enough. It means believing that your future holds something greater than what fear says you deserve. Faith is a muscle. It grows when you use it. When you take action despite doubt, when you try again after failure, when you speak up when it's easier to stay silent. And each time you act in spite of fear, you weaken its grip. You remind yourself that fear isn't in charge. You rewrite the story. You shift the power. Don't let fear be the author of your life. Don't give it the final word. You are not too late. You are not too small. You are not stuck. You are standing at the edge of something bigger than fear your future. And the only way to claim it is to stop letting fear decide what's possible. You were made to move, to stretch, to grow. Choose faith. Choose boldness. Choose freedom. And never forget, you are stronger than your fear. Always have been. I deserve to be happy and free. Speak it with your heart open. Not as a wish, but as a truth, because happiness is not a luxury, it's a right. And freedom is not reserved for the lucky or the chosen few. It's meant for every soul that dares to believe they are worthy of more than survival. Too many people walk through life carrying the belief that suffering is noble. That to deserve joy, you must first endure endless pain. That peace is something to earn after enough struggle, after enough sacrifice. But that mindset is a trap. You don't need to bleed for your right to smile. You don't have to ache just to justify your existence. Your peace matters now. Your joy is valid today. You don't have to wait until the world says it's okay to feel light again. You get to choose it. You get to claim it. Imagine a person who wakes up every morning, dreading the day ahead. They pour their hours into a job that drains them, surrounded by people who don't see them, living a life that doesn't inspire them. But they keep going, telling themselves, one day I'll retire. One day I'll be free. One day I'll finally live. That's not a dream. It's a slow death, paid in the small installments of wasted time. Time, the one thing we never get back. We spend it like it's endless, when in truth, it's the rarest currency we have. Freedom is not just the ability to do what you want. It's the courage to let go of what no longer serves you. It's having the strength to walk away from what hurts, even when it's familiar. It's choosing peace over performance, truth over approval, self-worth over self-sacrifice. You deserve a life that feels like you. A life where laughter isn't rare, where your light isn't dimmed to make others comfortable, where your soul isn't silenced by expectations. You deserve to be surrounded by people who lift you, not drain you. You deserve to do work that aligns with your values, not just your bills. You deserve mornings that start with gratitude, not dread, and nights that end with peace, not exhaustion. It all begins with a promise, a sacred promise to yourself. Say it and mean it. I deserve to be happy and free. Say it until it drowns out the lies you've been told. Say it until you start making choices that reflect that truth. Because belief without action is just hope, but belief with action? That's transformation. Start small. It could be saying no to something that steals your energy. It could be taking 5 minutes in silence before the world wakes up. It could be writing again, dancing again, dreaming again. It could be letting go of guilt when you choose rest instead of hustle. It could be walking away from someone who no longer respects your worth. Every choice that honors your happiness, every boundary that protects your peace, every brave act of self-love, those are steps toward freedom. Don't wait for a perfect moment. Don't wait until you feel fully confident. Don't wait until the struggle ends to allow yourself joy. Happiness is not the prize at the end of a painful race. It's the fuel that gives you the strength to keep going. And freedom? It's not something someone else can hand you. It's something you choose moment by moment. When you finally believe that you are worth it, you don't have to settle for a life that looks good on the outside, but feels empty inside. You were made for more, so live like it. Love like it. Lead like it. And every single morning, remind yourself, I deserve to be happy and free, because you do. You always have. Today is a gift, and I will not waste it. Let that truth sink in, not as a motivational quote, but as a deep reminder of how precious this moment truly is. Because you woke up this morning, and that is no small thing. That is a miracle that too many people overlook. Think about it. Someone went to bed last night with plans for today, dreams for tomorrow, and love left to give, and yet they didn't wake up, but you did. Your heart is still beating. Your lungs are still filling with breath. Your eyes open to another sunrise, another chance, another opportunity to begin again. That means life isn't finished with you. It's not over. There is still something here for you, something to learn, something to build, someone to love, strength to uncover. a purpose to pursue. It's easy to forget that. It's easy to slip into autopilot, to treat this day like just another brick in the wall of time. Wake up, work, eat, sleep, repeat, but you weren't born to just get through the day. You were born to live it, to feel it, to shape it, to own it with intention and purpose. Steve Jobs once said, "If you live each day as if it were your last, someday you'll most certainly be right." There's power in that perspective, not to frighten you, but to fuel you. Imagine if this were your last day. What would really matter? What words would you say? What burdens would you finally lay down? Who would you forgive? What dreams would you stop postponing? That urgency isn't meant to create panic. It's meant to awaken presence. It's meant to pull you out of the routine and into the richness of now, because this moment, this breath, this step, it's all you're guaranteed. Yesterday is a memory. Tomorrow is a hope. But today is yours. And what you do with it defines everything that comes next. So don't just go through the motions. Be present. Don't wait for the perfect timing. Don't keep telling yourself someday. Stop scrolling through life and start showing up for it. Be where your feet are. Look into someone's eyes when they speak. Take a moment to feel the warmth of the sun, the rhythm of your breath, the quiet in between all the noise, and then choose to make this day count. It doesn't have to be loud or grand, it just has to be real. Maybe it's a phone call to someone you love. Maybe it's showing up for your dream, even if no one else sees it. Maybe it's choosing joy over bitterness, or patience over frustration. Maybe it's saying, "I love you," or "I'm sorry." While there's still time. Today is not just a placeholder between yesterday and tomorrow. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, a fresh page, a brand new start. And the beauty of it is you don't have to earn it. You just have to honor it. So say it again like a vow to yourself. Today is a gift and I will not waste it. Let that promise shape your choices, your words, your priorities. Let it guide you to live fully, not perfectly, but presently. Because life isn't about having more time. It's about making the most of the time you already have. You are alive. That alone is reason enough to begin again. Make today matter. Not just for you, but for the world that needs your light. Final TOG to these 5 lines, spoken with sincerity and belief, can become your personal code. A silent ritual that builds a louder, stronger, bolder version of you. Not just motivation, but transformation. So tomorrow morning, before the world rushes in, pause, look in the mirror, and speak life into your soul. I am enough. I am in control of my life. I have the power to change. I will not let fear decide my future. I deserve to be happy and free. Today is a gift, and I will not waste it. Repeat, believe, live it.